Hello, friends of Elderly Insights. I'm Arthur, I'm 87 years old, and I've been running 3 times a week every morning since I was 60. For the past 20 years, I haven't needed to be hospitalized. No flu, pneumonia, or heart problems. Today, I want to share with you 5 daily practices that have transformed my life and can transform yours too. Before we begin, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment, "I want vigor," below. These small gestures help more people discover these tips and live more actively and happily. Let's get started. Personal background and motivation. When I turned 65, my doctor told me I needed to slow down. "Arthur, you run too much for your age." But for me, slowing down would mean losing the freedom I had fought so hard to achieve. I saw friends my age start relying on daily medications, losing muscle strength, and closing off their social calendars. That motivated me to look for ways to remain independent, full of energy, and mentally sharp. Today, at 87, I am living proof that there is no point of no return when we cultivate habits that nourish the body, mind, and heart. Below, I share the 5 practices that keep me vibrant with examples and practical tips so you can adapt them to your daily life. Practice 1. Interval running mixed with walking. Why is this different from just walking? At age 87, my goal isn't to set speed records, but rather to combine short bursts of running with walking at a comfortable pace. This alternation strengthens the cardiovascular system without overloading the joints. How I put this into practice? Gentle warm-up. I start with 5 minutes of easy walking to warm up. Moderate intervals. I run comfortably for 2 minutes, then walk for 4 minutes. I repeat this cycle for 30 minutes. Varied terrain. I prefer parks and boardwalks with slightly uneven ground, fine sand, gravel. This stimulates proprioception, balance, and strengthens the entire leg musculature. Friend's example. My running partner, Mrs. Clotilde, who is 85, follows the same routine in the park near her home. She says that besides strengthening her heart, this method helped reduce the stiffness in her knees that she had been suffering from for years. Proven benefits. Interval running boosts endorphin release, reducing anxiety symptoms. Walking on slightly uneven ground improves balance, reducing the risk of falls. Practice 2. A colorful plant-based diet with lean protein. Why abandon restrictive diets? Over time, I realized that forcing myself to follow a very restrictive diet left me without energy. Instead, I focused on creating meals that combined color, flavor, and essential nutrients without giving up the pleasure of eating. How I reorganized my diet, plate divided into thirds, 1 to 3 vegetables and leafy greens, kale, carrots, beets, and spinach, raw or lightly cooked. 1 to 3 whole grains, or roots, brown rice, quinoa, cassava, or sweet potato. 1 to 3 lean or plant-based protein, chicken breast, fish, eggs, beans, lentils, or chickpeas. Seasonal fruits for dessert, apple, orange, papaya, or grapes, whenever possible, from the tree my son plants at his farm. Beverages without refined sugar, natural coconut water, herbal teas, mint lemongrass, and occasionally a glass of fermented milk. Neighbor's example. Mr. Jorge, 89, learned this plate division from me. Today, he proudly says he reduced his insulin use thanks to natural blood sugar control. Proven benefits. A diet rich in vegetables increases antioxidant intake, lowers inflammation, and strengthens the immune system. Lean protein helps maintain functional muscle mass, essential for independence in old age. Practice 3. Strength and flexibility. Exercises 3 times a week. Why isn't running alone enough? Interval running strengthens the heart and works on endurance, but weaker muscles or stiff joints can compromise mobility. That's why I added 2 weekly sessions of lightweight exercises and stretching to my routine. How I structure my strength. Routine Activity A, resistance training, 2 sets of each. Partial squats, using only my body weight or support from a chair, 10 repetitions. Earth raises with support from a wall, 15 repetitions. Wall push-ups, 12 repetitions. Biceps curls with a 1-liter water bottle, 10 repetitions per arm. Activity B, stretching and mobility, all major muscle groups. Hamstring stretch, seated, legs extended, hold for 30 seconds on each side. Shoulder and neck stretch, gentle lateral tilts, hold 20 seconds each side. Hip and wrist rotations, 10 rotations in each direction. Friends tip, Mrs. Helena, 90, does similar exercises but uses resistance bands to add a little more challenge. She says that change completely transformed how she can get up from a chair without support. Proven benefits. Strength exercises maintain bone density, preventing osteopenia and osteoporosis. Regular stretching improves range of motion and prevents morning stiffness, reducing chronic pain. Practice 4, learning a new creative skill. Why stimulate creativity in old age? Keeping the mind active isn't just reading news or crossword puzzles. It's also exercising the creative part of the brain. At 70, I started learning pottery, and now at 87, I create small pieces that I give to friends and family. How to incorporate a creative hobby into daily life. Choose a hands-on activity: pottery, painting, knitting, artistic gardening, or light woodworking. Set aside at least 45 minutes 3 times a week. I dedicate that time to molding clay. Perfection doesn't matter, the process does. Get involved in small community projects. A friend of mine, Mrs. Marilia, 88, joined a neighborhood arts group. They donate painted flower pots to the local square, bringing purpose and a sense of usefulness to all members. Document your creations, photograph the finished piece, and jot down in a notebook how you felt making it. This reinforces learning and serves as motivation to return to the project later. Proven benefits. Hands-on activities increase dopamine production, which is responsible for feelings of pleasure and motivation. Learning something entirely new stimulates neural connections, delaying cognitive decline and preventing dementia. Practice 5, connecting with the community and mutual support. Why is an isolated life harmful, even if we practice other healthy habits? I realized that without a sense of belonging, even the most beneficial habit loses strength. When I began spending more time with neighbors, club friends, and volunteering for social projects, I felt my self-esteem and energy rise. How to build this network of support and reciprocity. Monthly volunteering in a project that matches your interests. I participate in a community seed bank. Every Saturday, we exchange native plant seeds and offer mini lessons on setting up home gardens. This allowed me to apply my 40 years of gardening experience while meeting people who share my passions. Bi-weekly conversation group. Together with 3 neighbors, I founded a Sunday afternoon conversation club. Each meeting has a different theme: literature, music, life stories, encouraging everyone to share anecdotes or opinions about movies and news. Intergenerational activities. Once a month, I take my nieces and nephews to the park to play and teach them old board games. They learn something new. I stay connected with younger generations, and everyone benefits. Solidarity Monitoring Network. I arranged with my downstairs neighbors that if I don't show up for our gatherings or don't answer my phone for more than a day, they check on me at home. In return, I keep an eye on Mrs. Sider, 92, who lives upstairs. Proven benefits. Gerontology studies show that seniors who maintain frequent social ties have a 50% lower risk of depression and isolation. Offering and receiving support creates a sense of purpose and boosts emotional resilience. Today, I shared 5 practices that, at 87, keep me able to run, productive, and free from hospital stays for over 20 years. Interval running, mixed with walking, a colorful, plant-based diet with lean protein, strength and stretching exercises 3 times a week, learning a new creative skill, pottery, active community connection and mutual support. None of these practices require expensive equipment or intensive medical revisions, only dedication, consistency and willingness to try something new. Now the question is, which of these practices will you start this week? Like the video, subscribe to the channel and share it with someone who needs to feel stronger, more alive and more supported. Remember, aging is about collecting experiences, not limitations. Every day brings the chance to discover something that enriches your life and solidifies your health. See you in the next video, and above all, keep believing in the potential of every age.